can watch? What can they do to kind of mimic the content that they already seen? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
That's
basically,
right.
try to take other people's strategies and craft your own strategy, and that's what this week is gonna come boil down to. We're just gonna talk about the myths of posting daily. How to post without having to being burnt out. We'll talk about batch creating. We'll talk about just planning out your content, writing out a content schedule. Just doing the back end work so that you're not in a position where you're always trying to post every single day, because that in itself, it does cause
Hmm.
burnout. But when you take the time out to batch your content, record a bunch of videos in one day, send it to your editors, now you got 5 videos you've recorded one day, and you can spread those out to every other day. You don't have to post every single day. So
Hmm.
we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about what these guys have done to craft their own strategies. Facebook. I'm really looking forward to see what these guys have been working on. And
Yeah.
I'm excited for the guys who have been doing the work. This all really comes down to actually doing the work. Like, if you're not doing the work and you're just getting the information, it does nothing for you. I've learned that.
Hmm.
I learned that the hard way. So
Yeah.
I spent tons, and I spent lots of hours, learning how to craft content. I'm actually still buying courses and taking courses myself on how to create viral content. Everybody doesn't know it all. You can learn a lot of things from different people, and that's just what I choose to do. I just choose to take different 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 skills and different tips from different people that I know are successful in this. Myron Golden, Adley Kinsman, um, uh, Mr. B, Mr. Beast, just all of these, and some
Hmm.
some people y'all have never heard of, but I really study these people in content creation, and I just love giving that information to you guys because it's tremendously helpful. Like, I literally took. Remember, Nicole, you were there last week. I told them, tell a story. I told them about the storytelling method,
Hmm.
and I said I'm gonna do this homework with y'all, and I did this homework with these guys, and the video that I released on Friday is about to hit 100,000 views in a week. And
Now, somebody might say, well, that's easy for you to say, Chris. You have a following already. But I mean,
you you
you have to
don't
build it
have to
up,
have a
right?
follow.
I
Well,
mean,
this is the thing. I don't that even that in itself is a myth. When the content is good, you can have no followers and still get tons of views. I see people do this all the time. I see them start
Mhm.
brand new pages just to prove the fact. And I'm gonna send some examples because I follow those people, and when I see them, I'm like, this absolutely true. One guy, this guy, he literally started a brand new page so he can show people that you don't have to have a huge following in the new era of social media. The way that the algorithm works, of going according to retention and watch time. If you can keep people to watch your videos for the first 3 to 6 seconds, and you grab them in, then more than likely the algorithm is going to push your video even further until it gets to a point where people are not watching it. Then the algorithm will say, okay, well, we'll shelf this for later, and then you can
Yeah.
repost that video again. But you don't. I don't want people to feel like I actually do not have like tons of followers. Like, when on my Instagram page, I might only have like 15K, but that one video got us 1,500 followers in a week's time, all because I did the storytelling method. And I talked about that last week. When you tell a good story, when you craft a good story, you can use ChatGPT to craft a good story. When you see a video that has a good story and that video has a ton of views, take that script, put it in the chat. Well, I'm giving them too much. I'm sorry. You need to
That's
come
all
to.
right. That's
I
good.
gotta.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they can't implement it that quickly. They really need to be a part of a program. And that's why that's why you did this, right? You came
Yeah.
on RFA and you're like, the first thing I want to attack is content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because so many people want to make it happen. And it's like, some people are like, well, I don't want to be a influencer or not. It's not about that. You can reach your local market because your local market are your viewers too.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not
I had a
about
kid.
just making
No,
money
go
on
ahead.
social media. You know what I
I
mean?
had
Like, it's not about being an influencer.
It's not. It's about putting your business in front of as many faces as possible. Like literally, if you and then this is another thing, right? With AI taking over the the search field or whatever you want to call it, when you have videos that are tagged with your business hashtag, and Gary Vee even said this. He said that hashtags was definitely gonna lead the charge in search. So that's why when I go to Google and I type in phone repair near me and I click on the video section, I see nothing but videos of my content because
Hmm.
we've hashtagged it. We've been creating content for a while, and now what we've done is we've built up a bank of content that people can go and watch and see when nobody else in my area is doing that. If nobody
Hmm.
else, if you have to do something that nobody else is doing, everybody is using ad agencies to just put ads out there for their business that has absolutely not, that shows no personality. People
Hmm.
want nowadays. People they want personality and they want genuine connection. That's really all they want. And that's the try before you buy method. When you give them something to try, when you give them a personality to fall in love with, when you give them a product to enjoy, when you give them a little bit of entertainment now, they're gonna come to you. That is exactly why this kid had his dad drive an hour and a half to my store 2 days ago because he saw that one video that's almost at 100,000. An hour and a
Wow.
half. How many repair shops have they passed by just to get to my store?
Yeah, but there's
So
an
there,
element there of knowing you and you being trusted. And I talk to people like this about this in the corporate world. Anybody who's watching on LinkedIn right now, if you've had a conversation with me about this, um, it's not really the number of followers you have, it's your visibility. Because for some reason, when people see you online, subconsciously they just create some sort of knowing and trust in you that you're an authority. It doesn't even have to be proven. Like, think about it. Think about your own behavior. And you'll see if you pay attention to your own behavior and the way that you feel when you look at somebody online, it's just like an instant, oh, wow, okay. Or their video is really good. It's a business that has a really good video about their business, you know? And it matters, you know what I mean? So I'm with you. So we are about ready to jump. We got to get on the other link. So um, there is a link up here on the screen. All you need to do is type this in or look in the chat below, complete the form, and you'll get a link to join us on video. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we'll be spending about 2 hours on here. Today is going to be exciting. We get to see some people's content and go over some really good stuff. So I'm excited. So I will see you at the other link, Chris.
yes,
Yes,
y'all
ma'am.
make sure y'all fill out the form and come in and join. Come in.
Yeah. Yeah.